Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And in this video, we'll be talking about the second leg between Real Madrid and Chelsea. The first leg was amazing. It was a 1-1 draw, which Chelsea should have put to bed, but unfortunately, they couldn't do so. And for this video, we are joined by Shubham from Agra, who is a Real Madrid fan, as you can see from the background. Welcome, Shubham.
Thank you.
And then we have Rahul from Ghaziabad, who's a diehard Chelsea fan. Happy to see you, bro.
Same here.
So then let's start this video. Let's talk about the second leg between Real Madrid and Chelsea. Before moving to the second leg, I want to start with Shubham. Shubham, when we saw that match, the first leg, I think Chelsea should have put the game to bed. But unfortunately, with Timo Werner, as usual, squandering away opportunities, it's a major concern for us, for Chelsea, whether he should start or not. So what do you think about it? Should Tuchel start Werner or probably go with Giroud or Tammy Abraham? What do you think on that?
Yes, no doubt, definitely, because for the first 20-25 minutes, Chelsea were all over Real Madrid. And moreover, Real Madrid was also slow on the attack. They were just trying to catch up with Chelsea. So, and most probably after the halftime, I don't know what Zidane said to his team, but Real Madrid played much better after the halftime. And on the Timo Werner, yes, Timo Werner got so many chances during the match. One of the stats that we can also say that he only has 3 goals during the whole Champions League, during this whole Champions League season, and he has played approximately 10 or 11 matches. So he's been on the all of the matches for the Chelsea, but he has just scored only 3 goals. So apart from that, we can say that Oliver Giroud, he is leading goal scorer for Chelsea in this Champions League season. He already has 6 goals. So if you compare with Karim Benzema, he is also leading the Real Madrid team for Champions League this season, goal scoring with 6 goals. So I would say that beside Timo Werner, Tuchel should look for Oliver Giroud, or as you said that he can also go for Tammy Abraham. But I would suggest that they should go for Oliver Giroud because these are these Champions League semi-final. These are crunch situations, crunch matches, and you need all your experiences. No doubt that Timo Werner is the upcoming future star, and you need to give the youngsters more kind of exposure for these kind of matches so that they can grow and be better. But the pressure and the experience that you need, only Oliver Giroud can give you for these type of matches.
Well, thank you, Shubham. By the way, the viewers must be wondering why I asked this question to a Madrid fan. So, in this video, we wanted to do something different. Now, let's come to Rahul. Rahul, I'll ask you a question regarding Real Madrid here. You saw that Kroos was not at his best. And N'Golo Conte just killed him. He contained Modric, he contained Kroos, he contained Casemiro. He was simply amazing in that fixture. But I think Zidane is a very clever manager. He has won 3 back-to-back Champions League on this. So, what do you think about it? Like, will the injury concerns affect Real Madrid's chances going into the final, because they're not sure whether Ramos will play, Valverde will play, Mendy will play or not. And in the latest, Varane also got injured against Osasuna. He's also a serious doubt. So with all those injury concerns, do you think they can beat Chelsea at the bridge?
Especially with the pedigree that Zidane has, you can't count him out, even if he's playing the B side there. So the mentality that remains. So definitely Chelsea has the upper hand, and we were discussing that Chelsea should have put the game to bed, especially the way they started. But if you asked Tuchel before starting the match, will you take 1-1? He would have taken that off your hand if given that opportunity. Football is a different game. Coming into 30 minutes into the game, Chelsea might have thought it should be 2-0, 3-0.
Yeah.
But 1-1 going into bridge, I feel if you have one game to play and you have a away goal, you have that advantage. I don't think Chelsea will be afraid that they should have what they should have done, what they could have done. But right now, seeing that it's 1-1, I believe Chelsea has that opportunity to win the game. And coming to the point of that, Kante was bossing the midfield. I feel, first of all, Kante is an amazing player. Whoever watches Chelsea, they know what kind of player that he is. But to add to that point, the way Tuchel plays, he has a very fluid midfield, wherein the pressing is something I don't think Real Madrid wasn't used to that kind of pressing that they play. At the same time, they weren't used to the formation. They had to change the formation just because Chelsea, and that's one thing. Three at the back, again, that was a problem for them. That's the reason sometimes if most of the times when you saw the match, Modric wasn't in the midfield. He and Kroos were way separated. That's the reason Kante was able to boss the midfield. I don't think that would happen again because Zidane has seen that and he changed the formation half time. But saying that, I believe, I just have to come in on the Werner point because I feel as a Chelsea fan, I have to come in.
Sure.
Regarding what Tuchel should do, I believe let's put it straight. Tammy won't start. Even if we want him to start, he won't start because the way Tuchel is having his squad ranked his squad, Tammy is not there. I believe he might not even be in the team next year. And at the same time, if you saw yesterday's Fulham game, even Giroud wasn't even in the squad, and that's a big sign that even he will not start tomorrow.
Yeah, that's clear signal.
At the same time, Havertz could be an option. That's one thing that we haven't talked about here. Havertz could be an option, especially down the middle. He played really well. He scored a brace yesterday. I feel that could be an opportunity where Havertz could start. But again, if you see the centre back pairing of Real Madrid, provided that Ramos is available or Varane is available, those people have the physical attribute to tackle Giroud. I don't think they have the speed that Werner provides. I understand he's not scoring, but he's providing something that no other Chelsea forward has. So I think that's the reason Werner will start. Even if he's not able to score a goal, but he will impact the game. He's impacting the game for the past few weeks. Maybe Mount or Pulisic has to come up again with some goal. The goal might have to be shifted to some other player, but Werner, I think Werner will start again.
Exactly. I mean,
adding to Rahul's point, I guess surely there will be some formation change for Real Madrid because if you are going to start with Karim Benzema, Eden Hazard, and Vinicius Junior, so definitely one formation change will be there. And if you are going to play Sergio Ramos, so either they will need to decide whether they will start with Adam Militao or not, because Militao, he has been playing at the place of Sergio Ramos.
Exactly, and I think the guys you mentioned just now, Sergio Ramos, Luka Modric, Toni Kroos. I mean, you just can't cancel them out before the game is finished because these guys have been doing it for the last 7 years. What, like in 2014 they were there, 2017, 2016, 2017, 2018 they have won it 4 times. So you just can't cancel them out yet. But yeah, Sergio Ramos' absence will be a big blow for them if it were to happen because he can score those last-minute headers and completely change the game. That's what he has been doing. We all saw that Atletico game in the final 2014. Just killed it with the header, and after that they were beaten. Atletico Madrid was beaten badly in the extra time. So he's an animal. He's a real leader of Real Madrid. And when he plays, the team plays better with him. Varane gets on, comes up to another level, and everyone performs so well. That is the sign of a true leader. And I think if he doesn't play, then it will be a major blow for Real Madrid.
Yes, and one more point is that Sergio Ramos has a even better record when playing in Champions League. As we can see, for the 4 games that he has played this season for the Champions League, he already has 2 goals and 1 assist in that 4 games that he has played for Real Madrid this season.
But do you think after coming, even if he plays tomorrow with no game time against Osasuna, after 3 long months, will he be that impactful?
Surely there will be some challenges. There will be some because he will be lacking some game time. So definitely we can say that he will be a little slow on the blocks. He will need to cover up. But as slowly and progressively as the match progresses, I think that Ramos will be in his flavors because, as Zidane was saying, he has been training continuously with the team for the past few weeks now.
So yeah, Rahul, you wanted to add something?
Yeah. So past 3 months he hasn't played. That is an issue, but he's way more experienced than any other Chelsea player in the. So I don't think that should be a problem. But it's so funny right now. As in, 3 months ago, Chelsea was in a problem where they weren't able to defend at all.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's something I think Tuchel has added to us. But it won't be surprising if it's 0-0 at the end of the game, because we have, as a Chelsea fan, we have total confidence that we could take a clean sheet out of this game, because the defense in itself, it took an amazing goal from Benzema. Let's put it at this.
Yeah, it was
an
amazing. It was a
goal.
very difficult goal.
Yes.
And they had that was the only shot on target that they had, and he scored. So that's a danger that Chelsea has, because that guy, if you give him one chance, he'll score. So that's one thing
also,
that they have to do.
Yes. Plus also that was Karim Benzema's 71st goal, so that now makes him at the joint top 4 goal scorer in the Champions League.
And another thing that we haven't discussed, I think, is you can call me a homer, but Courtois in the between the six in Real Madrid is playing amazingly. As in, we haven't spoken about him. Werner might have missed the chance, but Courtois did what he had to do there. And at the same time, it feels like that he has gone bigger as when he left Chelsea. He's really amazing keeper there. They don't have a very watertight defense, but they have a very good keeper between the sticks. So that's one thing that it's not easy to penetrate him even in one-on-one opportunity. So that's one thing that Chelsea has to. Because I really believe Chelsea will get chances, because it's on Real Madrid. They have to push Chelsea, and then on the break, Chelsea will have chances. The only thing is that they have to finish. And again, we have seen for the last 2-3 months, it's a problem with Chelsea. Let's hope for the best. I guess that's what we all Chelsea fan can do.
I mean,
also adding to Rahul's point, yes, what I can say that when Courtois arrived from Chelsea for the Real Madrid, so earlier as a Madrid fan, I can definitely say that earlier Real Madrid fans, they didn't like Courtois, so they were more biased or more focused toward Keylor Navas, because Keylor Navas has been playing for Real Madrid, and this season
he's an exceptional keeper.
He's an exceptional keeper. So, but this season Courtois has really come on its terms. He has been fabulous and fantastic this season. I don't know whether he is at that level, at which level he was playing in the Chelsea, but he has been exceptional this season for Real Madrid.
Plus, he used to play for Atletico also. Na? That might be the
Atletico also. So we have two former Chelsea players with us, Courtois and Hazard.
I believe
so definitely they will share some experiences for the Chelsea.
Yes,
I think Kovacic is fit. I think Kovacic will be fit. I'm not sure whether he'll play or not. So, as Shom said, we might have an ex-Madrista with us. So that's another option. And I just another point that I wanted to add is we haven't spoken about, even Marcelo might not be
polling duty. What is this? Yeah, polling duty.
Abrupt thing to go.
I don't understand the
logic. It is a blessing in disguise. As a Chelsea fan, I wanted him to play. I wanted him to play. That's one thing. I guess it would be.
That's what I wanted to add to this, Rahul. Yeah, come on. Yeah, go on, Shubham.
Yeah, or if Ramos could do something like that, Real Madrid Liverpool match of the final, like injuring Mo Salah. So what Ramos can do injuring Timo Werner, as Rahul was saying, he's
Timo is not a threat, yaar.
That's what
I think is
I'm also thinking.
That's exactly, and that's what I think. That is what is the importance of game time. You saw Marcelo; he was not that effective. He was kind of confused. He was slow with his movement because Mendy is a regular starter, right? So that's. Do you think that point may be valid to Ramos as well, Shubham?
Yes, definitely, because as we see in the first leg match, Marcelo was definitely slow, and also the age is also not on his side. So definitely, all the young players, they were easily catching up, or they were easily getting more ahead of the Marcelo during the match. But we also need to see for the fact that experience also matters in these current situations. Moreover, when I was looking for the stats and going through the stats, we can see that Marcelo, he has 24 assists in his overall Champions League career. So obviously that's a huge number of assists.
I guess I don't know how that helps, but again, I would prefer Marcelo to start. And
yes, I would prefer Marcelo to start.
More intriguingly, I feel
because he
talked about whether
definitely has
Werner-
that experience of playing the semi-final and final crunch situation matches.
As in, if I feel we were talking about whether Werner should start, and I put in a point where I think Havertz might start. But I guess the more important question is, should Azpilicueta start in the position that he started?
He should. I mean, he contained
should,
Vinicius Junior. Vinicius was nowhere in the picture.
As in, I get as I saw the match, what I felt is he's an amazing player. He's a club legend, but the position that he's starting, either he should be in place of Christensen, but you can't replace Christensen. He's playing so well at the right centre back position. I feel Reece would be a better option in the wing back, because if Marcelo or any player who starts in the left wing back position, I don't think they could contain Reece because you'll have to defend him properly. And again, you get another outlet of opportunity wherein again we have seen amazing crosses from him. So that's another option, because yes, I guess Aspi might start just because we have an away goal, and it's more important to defend right now rather than to go for it. That might be a reason why Aspi starts. And again, in the Fulham game, if you remember, Aspi was rested. That gives a signal that Aspi will start the next game. I will not agree with that decision, but anyways, it's more of a defensive mentality. But I guess that's what we need in the second leg.
There is an article when Arsene Wenger. So Arsene Wenger, he described like what should be the next step for the Chelsea for this away leg. So he said that
Arsene Wenger.
It is Arsene Wenger. He said that clearly Real Madrid will be no pressure because they know what they need to do. They need to score. They need to have that away goal. But clearly Chelsea, they can have that two mindset. Whether they go for the defensive mindset that we are leading with an away goal, so we try to draw the game, or they go for the attacking mindset that no, we need to win that game.
I think
in that case, Chelsea can have that.
It won't be a problem because Chelsea are playing in a defensive mindset, so they don't have to try for it.
I think that's fine, but I think
so in that case it can
be a big risk.
It can be a risk because they don't need to get the two defensive also.
Exactly. Had
also
Werner
if going by the
second goal,
had Werner also if going by the stats, I don't know how many Chelsea forwards they are leading in the La Liga in the Premier League top scorers, because clearly we have seen that Manchester City and Manchester United strikers have been scoring heavily.
Goal scoring has been a problem. I understand that, but I don't. It would be a big surprise if Chelsea let in two in the next game. Big surprise, because they haven't done that for a while now. Other than if you take out the West Brom game, that was a complete collapse. If you take that out, I don't think they have let in two in any game. So I don't think, especially in 90 minutes, they won't. I'm pretty sure that they won't let in two.
Yes, I also agree with you, because they are in this campaign.
And again, the problem with they individually they are great. The Real Madrid midfield is great individually, but the way Chelsea plays, it's a short distance passing and short distance pressing, and that's been a Achilles heel in the Real Madrid summer, because then you get into individual players of Real Madrid get into a position where they can't start attack from, and as we have seen, that was a problem in the first half. Even in the second half, because Benzema scored that great goal, it took Chelsea time to get over it for 10-20 minutes. After that, again, the game wasn't a big problem for Chelsea. Just the beginning of second half, it was a problem. I don't think that was because of some formation changes that Zidane put in. I really do. I don't think they are familiar with 3-4-3 that Chelsea are playing. Either they have, what I felt Zidane did was he matched Chelsea's formation and then took one-on-one from everyone, and that was a problem, because especially the centre back they weren't clear how to defend when you are in a three. That will again be a problem. I guess again Chelsea will have chances in the starting of the game because they will not be adapted to play that game. And if you see for the past 3-4 matches, including the Real Madrid game, Chelsea are now beginning to create chances which they weren't doing, especially from Crystal Palace. even the West Ham game, they scored one, and again Werner missed a sitter there.
He missed the chance. Yeah, that's a
He
big
missed a
issue.
sitter there, but they are creating chances. So if this leg was about a month back, I might have it might be an issue that Chelsea won't create. I don't think that would be a problem in this. It only converting, and I don't think as good as a player he is, he will score eventually. He will score eventually, and it's not that its only problem is that he's not scoring. He's still affecting the game. Even if you saw the yesterday's match, provided it was Fulham, it's not Real Madrid. But again, he affected the game really well, and
yeah, it was a good assist by.
Yeah, I have full faith in him. I have full faith in him that he will come good and he will affect the game.
And I have full faith in Zidane because I really truly want to know what he is feeding, or what kind of words he's telling his guys every match after the halftime. Because after the halftime, you see the first half, Real Madrid is a completely different team, and after the second half, Real Madrid comes as a completely different team. Not just for the Chelsea game, but but in the previous game against Osasuna, like Real Madrid were creating so many chances, they were having so many attempts, but their attempt they were not completely on target. So I don't know what happened after the halftime. We are suddenly 0-2 up, and
I think
we could also have been 0-3 or 0-4.
Yeah, also Rahul rightly said, I think even after the game, Varane also said that their press was a bit annoying. So, Chelsea can go up with some attacking and probably let Casemiro to foul him, because he is that kind of a player who will foul you badly. So, picking up a booking also.
They have already picked up 5. Not that it will matter in this game, but I believe that would be a problem. Even if, which I don't think they will go through Chelsea. But if they do, they will miss a couple of players, especially for the booking itself. Because Casemiro, I think you can give him yellow card as soon as he enters the pitch. He's that kind of a player, just like a Fernandinho. He's that kind of a player. He's a good player, no doubt about it. But
Casemiro has been in good form in this season. Like he has scored already 6 goals in La Liga,
no doubt
and 3 assists. And for the Champions League, he has 1 goal and 1 assist.
I mean, Casemiro is mentored by Sergio Ramos. You see, Sergio Ramos how
so he has ways to
also walk on the same track, na? So he has prepared his goons, Sergio Ramos. He's not in the team, but he has Casemiro. He has trained him. You have to do this. Go in the lead, lunch.
Plus, maybe
Casemiro is coming from a goal scoring form. Yesterday he scored a goal, although it was just a deft touch from the assist provided by Benzema.
Yeah, Benzema is, you need to stop it. So, guys, I think we should move to the predictions part now. And I want to start with Shubham. Shubham, what are you feeling about this? Will you be able to reach another final?
I am definitely confident about it. Although there was a contrasting stat that I read after the match on Twitter, that which was based on historic records and the current form of both the teams. So based on historic records, the winning probability for Chelsea and Real Madrid is 73-27. So 73% is for Chelsea. This is based on the historic records of all the Champions League matches or the other European Cup matches that these two teams have been part of. So I mean, I am believing that if Chelsea have a chance of going for the final, they will have to do it in the first 20-25 minutes, because we have been seeing this with this Real Madrid team. They are in the starting, they are slow off the blocks. Slowly and steadily, they try to catch up. They try to catch up with the match. They try to analyze, okay, what the other players are going, what is their formation, or which player is having an off day where we can target, where we can create chances. So I guess the first 20-25 minutes, they will be crucial for Chelsea. And I am definitely believing that we will be going for another final. So my predictions will be that Real Madrid winning by 2-0. Although I know that it will be very difficult to score 2 goals, because this season Chelsea, they had only conceded 4 goals in their overall Champions League campaign. Plus I will also plus I am also looking forward, like what will be their Zidane talk after the second half. So if they don't, at least they get 1 goal before the second half, so that there can be some prep talk by Zidane and we can get 1 more goal on the Chelsea.
Exactly. And even, before coming to Rahul for the predictions part, I would like to add that, even I was watching a video on internet where pundits were talking, and they said that Chelsea are second favorites to win the Champions League after Man City, and this is when the round of 16 draw took place. When when Rahul, when we were about to
I
face
remember.
Atletico, and we were like, we would be getting eliminated by Atletico, and they were saying you're second favorite. I'm like, what these bookies are saying? Yeah, are they drunk or what are they saying? So now, Rahul, what's your take on this?
So I'll again start with the way I started the conversation, that you cannot count out Real Madrid and this Zinedine Zidane team in Champions League. But taking the last 15 games that Tuchel has managed Chelsea, I really don't think so that they will concede two. So 2-0 would be a shock for me and shock for any Chelsea fan if it's 2-0. Again, football is a funny game. Anything can happen. But I believe Chelsea to pin the scoreline, I believe it will be 2-1. Just one, because there will be some brilliance from Benzema or might be from Hazard. And something similar that had happened from Atletico Madrid. They would be again pinned back. Chelsea would be pinned back when it's 2-1. They would be going for 2-2, and there will be counter attack. Someone will pop in, and they will finish the game at 2-1. I believe that would be the scoreline. And I think Chelsea really, the way they played at Madrid, I believe they are fully capable of winning this game. And let's hope for the best.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. It was lovely talking to Shubham and Rahul. Thank you so much for joining in. Also, for all the viewers watching out there, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. It really motivates us. Also, do let us know your thoughts in the comment section regarding who will win. With that said, we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.